Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. I do apologize for the poor lighting. I usually do these videos outside, but anyway, getting right into this. So, John Kelly, retired Marine, Donald Trump's former White House chief of staff, with really, really explosive stuff. I guess some people are calling it the October surprise. So I guess it's true. All the things that we've been hearing over the years, even from Donald Trump's first wife, that Trump had, her husband, Donald Trump had this fascination with Nazi Germany and Adolf Hitler, especially, that he had Mein Kampf. Just because you read Mein Kampf doesn't necessarily mean, that you worship Hitler or whatever. But so, and then over the years, like his fascination with Nazi Germany and all of this. And here's John Kelly on tape, right? So talking about, hey, Adolf Hitler did some good things. Like he built up the economy, and it's so beyond words disgusting and offensive. And you'll hear on the tape that I'm going to play in a couple of minutes of John Kelly saying, no, listen, man. Listen, no. You can't say that. And Trump is just such a moron. The guy, I've said this over and over, he's so stupid and knows nothing about history. He's never read a book in his entire life. I keep saying that, but it's true. He's so damn stupid. And then he also has this fascination with dictators, right? We call it like a fascist fanboy, and Kim Jong Un and all of these guys, and Putin and Erdogan, all these guys, and it's so incredibly offensive beyond words. So let me do this first. I'm going to play this clip. This is from David Pakman, and here's an interview with John Kelly on tape, like talking to Donald Trump like he's a little kid. Because basically, let's face it, he is a child. He really is. He's a man boy. The guy is almost 80 years old. The guy's almost 80 years old, and you have to talk, let me do this. Let me show you the clip here with John Kelly, and I'll talk afterwards. Watch. This is unbelievable.
Hitler did some good things, said Donald Trump, according to his former chief of staff, John Kelly. Explosive reporting over the last 24 hours, building on much of what we already knew about Donald Trump based on prior allegations, and I'm going to go through it with you. Trump's former chief of staff says that Trump once said, Hitler did some good things. Let's listen to a recording of John Kelly explaining this.
He commented more than once that Hitler did some good things too. And of course, if you know history, again, I think he's lacking in that. But if you know what Hitler was all about, it'd be pretty hard to make an argument that he did anything good.
So what would you say when he said to you that Hitler did a lot of good things?
Well, I tell him that. I said, sir, first of all, you should never say that. But if you knew what Hitler was all about from the beginning to the end, everything he did was in support of his racist, fascist life, philosophy, so that nothing he did you could argue was good. It was certainly not done for the right reason. And but he would occasionally say that.
What would he say when you would lay that out to him?
You just, that'd be the end of the conversation usually.
This is one of those things that has come up a lot in casual conversation, which is, whatever you want to say about Hitler, the trains ran on time. The Nazis really knew how to keep public transportation running, or whatever else the case may be. John Kelly really defeats this by explaining it was all done for the wrong reasons. The context of that, listen, there are people in fascist regimes who sometimes they get medicine from the dear leader, or like there's jobs, but the jobs are doing horrible things. This stuff about, Hitler coalesced the German people, or all of this stuff. The context is a disaster that should never be praised, and John Kelly lays that out. But the thing is, it doesn't matter to Trump. That's what we've learned. For Trump, the motivations of Hitler aren't what matters. What matters is that Trump is enamored with these authoritarian strongmen who just do whatever the hell they want. Trump's impressed by that form of strength that rules from the top rather than actually building a valuable and worthwhile community. And in these very recordings, John Kelly was also asked, do you think Trump is a fascist? And here's what he had to say about that.
What do you think? Do you think he's a fascist?
Well, I'm looking at the definition of fascism. It's a far-right, authoritarian, ultra-nationalist political ideology and movement characterized by a dictatorial leader, centralized autocracy, militarism, forcible suppression of opposition, belief in a natural social hierarchy. So certainly, in my experience, those are the kind of things that he thinks would work better in terms of running America. You know, again, back to this issue of, democracy is complicated, messy to operate, probably the worst kind of government there is, except for all the other ones. I think Churchill once said that. And again, our Constitution, our founding is built in to the Constitution and to the way our government operates.
You know, this is not a guy that I would necessarily hire if I was president, which of course I could never be because I was not born in the United States. But this is as thoughtful a reflection as you can have on Trumpism from those that were within Trumpism as I've seen. And there have been plenty of good reflections, right? Cassidy Hutchinson, and there are other, but this is really good. Now, of course, immediately the reaction from Trump world has been, oh, John Kelly's lying. These are all lies. I just don't think so. We have a lot of evidence that Trump is a liar and no evidence that John Kelly is a liar. Ambassador John Bolton appeared on CNN. His view is that you can believe John Kelly over Trump. Now, of course, Trump would say you also can't believe John Bolton, but you increasingly have to believe that there is a calculated conspiracy to tell lies about Trump that are completely consistent with everything we know about him. So here's John Bolton telling Caitlin Collins, no, I mean, you can take what he says to the bank.
The campaign has attacked John's credibility in any comparison of what John Kelly might say versus what Donald Trump might say about a particular event, or what these munchkins on the Trump campaign are saying about John Kelly. You can take what John says to the bank. I'm absolutely convinced. I didn't hear many, probably most of these statements myself, but if John says that Donald Trump said them, I believe it implicitly. I think it's certainly this recitation of what he's done should be compelling to people not to vote for Trump. Trump said after leaving office, said it publicly, he would suspend the Constitution or terminate it because of the unfairness, the effort to steal the 2020 election. That statement alone, if he said nothing else, if he had never mentioned the words Adolf Hitler, that alone is disqualifying in my point of view. So if people are troubled, and many Republicans are, they don't like Donald Trump at all. I don't like the media commentators who say the entire Republican Party belongs to Donald Trump now.
You know, it's actually even more than this. If you are not in the Trump cult, if you're just a Republican, but you're not in the Trump cult, you know that what John Kelly is saying is the truth. You know that it's exactly the sort of thing Trump would say because he's so in love with these dictators, so in love with these dictators, that Hitler did some good things. That's exactly the sort of thing Trump would say.
So there you have it. Just beyond words. Like, are we becoming numb to all this stuff? I mean, the fact that this race is close, right? Some are saying it's a toss-up. I don't know. I'm hearing Harris is up between 2 and 4 points nationally, but the swing states, Trump is up maybe. Who knows? I mean, it's just, what is wrong with us? This Kamala Harris should be leading by 50 points. This is crazy. Okay, more to come. Make sure you like and subscribe. It helps with the algorithm. And peace, everyone.